afternoon, everybody. Let's take a look at your headlines on this Monday afternoon. A medical helicopter crashes into a home. We'll have the latest about those on board. Plus, an arrest made in connection to a robbery and shooting on Joe Cane Day. Plus, an Alabama lawmaker involved in a parade over the weekend where there was a shooting is calling for an end to the violence. Those stories and more on News 5 now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to News 5 Now. I'm Devin Wall. So happy to be with you on this Monday afternoon. I'm still thawing out after those cold temperatures this morning, but you know what made it worse? It was the wind. Made it feel really cold. Caroline tells me that tomorrow morning is going to be even colder, but we don't have as much wind, so maybe it'll be a little more bearable. But hang in there, because by Wednesday, we're going to have those 70s return to the forecast, which is just, I think, one of those temperatures that just please everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get to our big stories at this hour. Number 5, one man is dead, another in custody after a fight in George County, Mississippi. 36-year-old David Weiss is charged with homicide. Deputies found the victim unconscious early Saturday morning just after midnight. 33-year-old Ashton Davis was taken to the hospital but died. Both men are from Lucedale. No word on what they were arguing about. Number 4, Mobile police releasing new photos of the man accused of shooting into an apartment building. There he is. They're very clear photos. The bullet flew through the front door of the building, through a hallway, and hit a woman's door. This happened in the early morning hours the day after Fat Tuesday. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Now, a man is in custody charged for his alleged role in a robbery that turned deadly. Rodney Davis Jr. is charged with felony murder. Police say that he and another man, Javelli Alexander, tried to rob a man near Government and Joachim Streets. That happened around 11 o'clock in the evening on Joe Cane Day. You see, the victim, though, fought back and killed Davis's alleged accomplice, Alexander. The robbery victim also was hit but survived. Now, Davis is charged in Alexander's death because it happened during a robbery. Number 2, an Alabama lawmaker is calling for more community resources to end the senseless violence. State Representative Barbara Drummond made the comments after shots were fired during Saturday's Mobile Terrace motorcade parade near 4th Street and Lincoln Boulevard. Drummond was in the parade as the gunfire hit cars, but fortunately no one was hurt. She says neighborhoods should be able to celebrate without the threat of violence like this. And number 1, 2 members of a medical flight team are injured after an emergency medical helicopter crashed into a home in Evergreen over the weekend. This happened just after 3 in the afternoon on South Main Street, right across the street from the hospital. The city of Evergreen put out a statement this afternoon saying the helicopter had just taken off. There were 3 people on board. 2 of them were injured when it hit the corner of a house on South Main Street. One of those people, and members of the flight staff, is in critical condition. Now, we talked to the daughter of the homeowners where the helicopter hit. She says she heard it at her house, which is just very nearby, but she said it was a very traumatic experience, and they actually tried to pull the people out of that helicopter. She also tells me that her father, her parents were in the house along with her brother, and her father had to be taken to the hospital in Montgomery because he had a minor heart attack after the crash. It was so scary. So we have got a crew up in Evergreen gathering the very latest. We're going to bring you more on News 5 this afternoon. All right, everybody, it is time to take a look at our question of the day, and this one has to do with the death of beloved actor Eric Dane. We reported to you that Eric Dane died of ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, after just 10 months with the disease. And so we asked you, what is your favorite role? Brandy says Dr. Mark Sloan McSteamy in Grey's Anatomy, Tom Chandler in The Last Ship, Marcus in Burlesque, and Cal Jacobs in Euphoria. So yeah, Brandy, you must be a really big fan. Captain Chandler in The Last Ship, and obviously McSteamy, says Tiffany. Ryan says Nate Jacobs' daddy in Euphoria. Angie says Dr. McSteamy. Grace Beth says McSteamy. Everybody loves that show. Always McSteamy. You know, because I feel like Grey's Anatomy was one of the first medical dramas out there, and so a lot of people know the cast that was in that particular drama with Patrick Dempsey and Kate Walsh and Ellen and Eric Dane. I mean, just so many people that are noteworthy. So let's see, Mark Sloan on Grey's Anatomy, Last Ship. Mark Sloan, Tom Chandler, Dr. Mark Sloan. Yeah, so a lot of people really liked him, and it's so sad that he lived less than a year with the disease. And so one of the things he committed himself was finding funding, finding research for to save more people the heartache that have to deal with when they are diagnosed with ALS. Okay, now to another story that's captured national headlines for sure, our poll of the day. Do you think Nancy Guthrie will ever be found? Of course, Nancy is the mother of Today's Show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie. Nancy was kidnapped from her home going on 4 weeks ago. So we're in the 4th week, so about 3 weeks ago in Tucson, Arizona. And so we're asking you yes, no, or that's it. Yes or no, do you think that she will be found? And we're going to be talking more about that and reading more of your comments at 5:30 during our next edition of News 5 Now. And you can find the question and the poll on WKRG.com and on our Facebook page. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this edition of News 5 Now. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you back for the 4 on 5 and for News 5 at 5. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.